Nobody cared when I was weak. That's where we'll start. Not in some fantasy where people support you just because you're trying. Not in a world where effort is enough. No, I started where everyone ignored me. Where my name was a joke. Where every breath felt borrowed and every day was a reminder that I wasn't strong enough to protect anyone. Not even myself. I was the one they overlooked, the one they left behind during raids, the one they glanced at with pity, not respect, the weakest hunter in humanity. Every time I stepped onto the battlefield, it wasn't confidence I carried. It was fear. Fear that I'd fail again. Fear that I'd die before I could become anything more than a burden. And no matter how much I wanted someone to notice the fight inside me, no one ever did. And in that silence, that emptiness, I realized something that would change everything. No one is coming.
The truth is brutal. It's not poetic. It doesn't offer you peace. But it offers you something better. Clarity. No one's going to save you. No one's going to lift you out of your suffering just because you're tired. The world doesn't care about your almosts. It doesn't celebrate your attempts. It only responds to one thing: results. And when I understood that, not just heard it, but truly understood it, everything changed. No one cares how tired you are. No one sees the scars you carry. The world doesn't pause for your pain. It steps on you, crushes you, walks past your broken body, because that's what happens to the weak. They are forgotten, replaced, buried, and I was one of them. But I didn't stay there. I stopped waiting for sympathy. I stopped wishing someone would pull me out of the darkness. The truth is cruel, but it's honest. The only way out is to climb, bleeding, crying, alone if you have to. And when you make peace with that, when you stop resisting the pain and instead begin to embrace it, something inside you wakes up. That's when you start to feel it. The shift. When you stop begging for mercy and start demanding power. When you train, not because anyone's watching, but because you refuse to stay weak. When fear doesn't vanish, but it no longer owns you. When you wake up one more time after thinking you couldn't. You change, you evolve, you become something else, something they can't ignore. They say get stronger. They toss those words like they're simple, like they understand what it means. But getting stronger, is it a moment? It's not a transformation that happens overnight. It's a war. A war against every part of you that's comfortable with being average. A war against the part of you that seeks comfort, approval, and safety. Getting stronger is killing the version of you that flinched, that hesitated, that waited for permission. It's about breaking yourself again and again until what's left is unrecognizable. Not because you became someone new, but because you finally became who you were always meant to be. It's about becoming fire. Not someone who's warmed by it, but someone who survives inside it. You learn to bleed and keep moving, to break and keep building, to fall and stand back up so many times you forget what the ground felt like. So when people say you've changed, you just smile, because they don't know what it cost to become this version of you. They don't know the nights spent in silence. They don't know the moments where you could have given up and no one would have blamed you, but you didn't. They don't know what it means to be forged in suffering. You think I'm strong now. You didn't see the nights I was on the floor, coughing blood, watching teammates die. You didn't hear the thoughts that whispered, "You'll never be enough." You weren't there when I had nothing but broken bones and a will that refused to die. I didn't just wake up strong. I bled for it. I broke for it. I suffered, and I chose to keep going anyway. You think I'm strong now? No. What you see now is the surface, the result. the shadow of the man I had to become. But if you saw the path I walked to get here, you'd understand why I don't speak much, why I don't explain myself, why I carry silence like armor. Because before the strength, before the fear in their eyes, I lived with fear in mine. Every step into a dungeon, I wondered if I'd return. I'd check my gear twice, not because I was careful, but because I was scared. And every time I looked into the eyes of monsters, I didn't see an enemy. I saw a reflection of what I was becoming, of what I needed to become just to survive. Pain didn't break me. It introduced me to myself. And somewhere in the middle of all the dying, all the running, all the blaming myself for not being fast enough, strong enough, something shifted. I stopped apologizing. I stopped asking the world to understand. I stopped seeking anyone's hand to pull me up, because every time I reached out, there was no one there. So I started reaching inward. And there, in the dark, beneath all the doubt and weakness, I found something no one could take from me. Resolve. Not motivation. Motivation fades. It disappears when you're hungry and hurt and alone. But resolve. Resolve remains when everything else is gone. Resolve is what makes you crawl when you can't walk. It's what makes you clench your teeth and move even as blood runs from your body. And even when the voices scream, stay down. And once you taste that, once you know what it's like to fight from the bottom with nothing but raw willpower, you stop fearing death. Because you've already met it. And you didn't flinch. That's when I knew I couldn't lose anymore. Because I'd already lost everything that made me soft. The only thing left was hunger. Not for attention. Not for validation. But for mastery. For transformation. I wasn't born strong. I was forged. In silence. In failure. In the kind of suffering no one claps for. So don't envy the result. Understand the process. Because if you want to walk this path, you will bleed, you will break, you will stand alone more times than you can count. But if you can survive the fire without begging to be saved, you won't just become strong, you'll become inevitable. And that's the part people never understand. They want the glory but not the grind. They want the respect but not the pain. But me, I learned to make pain my mentor. I didn't wait for strength. I earned it. With every ounce of suffering, with every scream I swallowed, with every moment I stood back up when my body screamed to stay down. Let them call it obsession. Let them call it madness. Let them call it darkness. They'll never understand. Because this isn't about revenge. This isn't about proving something to the world. It's about proving something to myself. That the weak, forgotten, invisible man I used to be, that he was just the beginning, a spark, the first breath before the roar. I needed to meet that version of myself, because without him, I wouldn't know how far I've come. That weak hunter, the one they all pitied, he died in that dungeon, and from his ashes, something else was born. Something terrifying. Something unshakable. You see, power doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't explain itself. Power walks into a room and everyone feels it. Power doesn't beg, it commands. And now, I don't speak to be heard. I don't fight to survive. I fight because it's who I've become. Because the silence I once feared now follows me like a shadow. I'm not here to be liked. I'm not here to be remembered. I'm here to rise. To take everything they said I'd never earn. To become the man that no one can break. No one can touch. No one can ignore. Not anymore. Because now, I am the storm. So don't ask for pity. Don't cry for help. Don't wait for someone to carry you. Because in this world, nobody cares. until you win, until you rise, until you become too powerful to be denied, and then they'll ask how you did it. They'll say they always believed in you. They'll beg to stand beside you. But by then, it'll be too late, because you'll be somewhere far above them, too strong to hear the noise below, too focused to look back, too awakened to ever be broken again. So listen to me. Get stronger. Not for them, for you. For the version of you that refused to die. For the one who crawled through darkness with nothing but a broken body and an unbreakable will. For the silence that was louder than every scream. And for the roar you're about to unleash. So, if you're still listening, if something in you moved while the rest of the world stood still, then you already know. This isn't motivation. This isn't some feel-good ending. This is a threshold. And you've either crossed it, or you haven't. Because there is no going back after this. Once you see the truth, once you understand that nobody's coming, that nobody cares how heavy it is, that the world bows only to those strong enough to make it kneel, then the question becomes simple. What are you going to do about it? You either get stronger, or you get swallowed. You either rise, or you stay forgotten. And I promise you, the moment you stop making excuses, the moment you start embracing the pain, the moment you decide that enough is enough, that's when your power begins. Not when they believe in you, not when the timing is right, when you say so. That's what it means to awaken. So don't ask me how I did it. I didn't pray, I didn't wish, I didn't wait. I chose. And now the world remembers my name for one reason. Because I gave it no other choice.